What's going on, guys? I want to do a trade recap on the Amazon trade that I took today. So I was able to profit $1,280 off of 10 options contracts trading Amazon. I did have the 119.50s. That was my strike price, so I was in the money. Okay. I did tell everyone in the Discord, by the way, guys, if you guys are not in the Discord learning my strategy, learning the strategy that, pretty much we're all using together, right? So I've been doing this for 5-6 years now, consistently 5 years. Okay. I've been trading for 7, mind you. The first 2 years, this is before YouTube, before I was looking at anything on YouTube, before I had a mentor, before I learned, before I lost a bunch of money. I spent 2 years going through strategy after strategy after strategy, mindset, psychology before I was actually able to do this kind of consistently. But with that being said, let's get back to the play here. So what I'm going to pull up here is the Discord. You can see here Amazon 120.21. Over that has room to 121. Over 121, a little bit more space. Then I did come back in and adjust that pivot to 120.35 while it was building. What does that mean? While it was building. So it had not yet crossed 120.21. That was the original level, and I'm going to show you where I got that from. And then I kind of bumped that up to 120.35 long. Okay. So with that being said, what I'm going to look at here right out of the gates on the 5-minute time frame, you can see here 1, 2, 3, 4 candles pushed higher, and then we had this pullback. So when we had this pullback, what I was looking at here was this area 120.15. I'm looking at the top of the wick of 120.40. So I'm looking at this and I'm like, if price action can take this out, right, this opening range here, which is also going to correlate with the first hour candle, if we can get over this price here, this is worth a stab here. We did have room into 121, right? So that's why I said make sure, that's why I said 120. It has initial room to 121. Anything over 121, then we have perhaps more room to run. So when I talk about that, what I like to do is if the entry is here, right, taking out these two candles here, if the entry is here, 121 is where the first stop could potentially be. I want to take profits, right? So if I want to get in here 120.45, 120.20, I want to take profits here at 121. That doesn't mean sell out of my whole position. If I take 10, I might sell 2, right? Depending on what the stock does. Is it a clean breakthrough, which it was here, right? This is a clean breakthrough, this supply zone here, or does it break, come back down, break, come back down? Is it a sloppy breakthrough? If it's a sloppy breakthrough, I might start scaling out more of my position just in case it does decide to roll over. I don't want to lose all of that position. If I go over to the 1 hour time frame here and I kind of make this bigger so everyone can see what I'm talking about here, if we look at this first candle, this is going to include 30 minutes of pre-market data. It's going to include 30 minutes of the market open. We can look at the high price here, 120.33 in this area. So first hour's candle high, guys. I teach this strategy. If you guys actually go to my website at evolutiontraders.com and you look at the free course that I do, it's specifically trading only the first 1 to 2 hours of the market, and it's specifically sitting out of the market the first 30 minutes and then jumping in if something confirms. With that being said, you can see here as soon as we took out the first candle's high, we absolutely exploded. Now, this is going to correlate with being over yesterday's high. It's also going to correlate with being over pre-market highs. So all I'm looking to do here is I don't want to chase right off the gates. I want to put in a new high, and then I want to confirm that new high. And if we can confirm that new high, I want to get in. And that's when I took my 10 contracts, was able to profit 1280 on the trade. Pretty simple. Obviously, I did not hold this trade all the way to 123. If I did, the trade would be a lot bigger in profits than $1,280. But with that being said, you can't always catch the big move. You're never going to catch the big move, right? So I always like to tell people, you want to start scaling when you get into 15, 20%, 25%, you want to start locking in profits. Let's say, for example, your account size permits you to trade 4 contracts. And let's say the trade goes in your favor, 20, 25%. I would for sure lock in at least 1 for sure. And maybe think about locking in 2. And then once we break through and then we kind of back test, as long as we're kind of holding this 5 and 10 day moving average here, it'd be worthwhile, right? Once we start breaking down below the 10, even though we did go higher, once we start breaking below the 10, now we're kind of starting to lose momentum. You could see us actually come back to the breakout spot here. This is a true breakout spot here. Once we broke into the top channel, tested it, bounced, tested it, started to lose steam here, never made a new high, right? So just to kind of recap what I was looking at here going into the first hour's close. Kind of was watching Amzn the first 5, 10, 15 minutes. I kind of noticed, hey, you know what? We exploded. I don't want to chase this move because I don't want it to pull all the way back. We exploded. As soon as we started to pull back here, as soon as we started to like actually, you know, we put in this high and then we kind of pulled back and then we came up to this high and then we kind of pulled back a little bit and then we kind of broke that. I'm looking at it in this timeline, right? And I'm like, you know what? It's also going to kind of match up perfectly to the first 30 minutes of the market open, which if we go back to the hourly candle, right, on Thinkorswim, it's going to be the first hour candle. You can see the first hour candle is beautiful. Overall supply. I start telling myself, and I let everyone in Discord know, if you guys want these kind of technicals intraday where you can kind of take advantage of these trades, definitely join the Discord, become a lifetime member, learn the strategy so you guys, you know, are not just taking options trades blind. That's what I will never do. I will never tell someone who comes into my room, hey, I'm going to give you a stock price. I want you to buy it here. I want you to sell it here. Does you no good. I want you to take a look at my watch list. I want you to understand why I'm taking that trade. So that way, if you decide to take that trade, you understand why you're taking it. You also understand where your stop loss is. You also understand where your take profit is. And you can also ask questions along the way. We got a lot of great people in the room who are looking to trade options each and every single day, who do this full time. Some people do it part time. You know, it is what it is. Amazon actually looks good for tomorrow over 123.40. So you see this little 5 minute or 1 hour flag pattern, big run up, pull back, run up, pull back, run up, pull back. This is a classic flag pattern here to the top side. As long as we do not break down below 120.36, this looks like it wants to go higher. I would just pretty much sit and wait for 123.50 on Amazon to go and re-enter another position for calls. So just kind of wanted to give you guys a little technical breakdown on how and what I was looking at. What I was basically looking at, just to sum it up, I let the market digest for 15-20 minutes. I was telling myself, if we can take out the first hour's candles highs, I want to get long. That's all I was doing. I understood that at 121 we had that supply zone, right? 121 is here, or excuse me, 121 on the 5 minute time frame, right? So look at 121 is here. I knew I wanted to take some profits here. If we broke, great. I'll go ahead and sell on the next 2 to 3 pushes higher. If we come back down and we lose this channel, I'll sell out of my position. But that's just the way I was looking at it. Obviously didn't catch none of this move up here, didn't hold it all the way to highs. I will never sit here and tell you guys, yep, caught it right here at the bottom, rode it all the way up. It's very rare that I have the patience to sit through all of that. I like to get in quick strike. I like to get in 5, 10, 30 minutes, an hour, maybe max. And I like to get out. Gives me too much anxiety, right? Watching the stock go up, and then watching me give back profits, and then watching it go sideways gives me too much anxiety. That's just me. Other people are different. Other people prefer to swing trade. Other people prefer to hold longer day trades. It's not really me. It's not my style. I will definitely show you guys how you can do that and what you would use as your absolute stop if you're into holding trades longer and try to fully maximize that. But, you know, with that being said, hope to see you guys all in the Discord this week, and I'll catch you guys all next time.